So my situation is really unique. I came to the United States back in 1992 with a baseball scholarship. We played for 4 years in Lebanon, Illinois. That's where the school is, and that's how I basically ended up here in the United States. And after I shown all the stuff, they asked me a few things here and there, and I got my green card. It took about 2-3 weeks to get my card, and it was the best feeling I ever had because I finally said, well, I don't have to worry about my visa expires in or going somewhere else and ever leave this country because my green card was good for 20 years. I can stay here or leave anytime I want to, and I was told that I was going to be treated just like a U.S. citizen on a green card. And then I applied for my citizenship a couple years later, which was a no-brainer. I always wanted to be a U.S. citizen. Something that definitely a lot of people, I believe, including my friends, they told me, they said they take that for granted to be a U.S. citizen, because to me, to be a U.S. citizen today, it's a great honor. I applied for my citizenship. I got it about 3 years ago. The ceremony was great. I don't recall the name of the judge who actually was the host of the ceremony, but I remember her saying that you are now a U.S. citizen, but don't never forget your roots, where you came from. Make sure you bring your culture here, but you are a U.S. citizen. You're supposed to follow. You should follow the law in the United States, but never forget your roots. Here today, 19 years later, I got a wonderful family, 3 kids, married for about 10 years last week. And I can't thank enough for everything that I have today in the United States. I mean, a lot of people take for granted, just things that we do on a daily basis. Back home, basically, I grew up with nothing. Coming to the United States, I have everything that I really wanted: a car, a house, a nice mortgage, and checking accounts, savings accounts. But that's by doing hard work, doing it the right way, helping people, making sure you don't get in trouble. And just to try to separate from yourself and be a good citizen, like everybody else do. So that's basically my story. Interesting point too is, my last name is Japanese. My father is Japanese, born and raised in Argentina. My mom is Italian. She was born and raised in Argentina as well. Her parents and his parents, they moved to Argentina before the World War II. Basically, my kids today, they have 25% American. My wife is Irish and German, right? So talking about diversity, my kids have Japanese, Italian, German, and Irish on them. So it's a unique situation. They're all bilingual. I taught them the culture back home. They all speak Spanish and English, and taught them. I wish I can take them home today, but it's too expensive to go back home with the whole family. But I wish I can take my kids back home because they can learn that, where I grew up, that I grew up with nothing. Because today, my kids today, they basically have everything. And I'm getting a little emotional here, but they have everything they have, and they will never learn how to grow up with nothing. I think communication and education between everybody is more important than profiling people or trying to pass a state law without trying to figure out, okay, how many people are they going to get hurt? It's like I would love to go to Arizona today and say something. I have an accent, and they're going to profile me. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden they're going to say like, "Hey, are you here legally because you have an accent?" No, I'm a U.S. citizen. You know what I'm saying? And see how that works for them when they say they're profiling everybody, which is sad because again, you have the good guys and the bad guys, and they just throw everybody on one basket. Yeah, I definitely think I want to share my story because it's great that Channel 9 is stepping up to the plate to just not help the Hispanic, but to show who the Hispanics are. Like I was talking before, we have the good Hispanics and the bad Hispanics. We have the good Japanese people and we have the bad Japanese people. We have the good Americans and the bad Americans. It doesn't really matter, but the point is that we're trying to show a different ethnic background, a different culture, and how Channel 9 is doing this to help and show how the Hispanic community is growing in Missouri is as important as any other community.